We don't have any fives, so people are like, it's like $40.
We're good? Can you hear me good?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure.
Okay.
There's a microphone around. Is the meter moving?
So should we just start or wait?
On my screen, I got a little thing here that shows me
The meter?
audio level.
How is it?
Good.
Not bad? Okay. I guess we'll start. Okay, welcome everybody to my presentation. I'm hoping, first off, does anybody here have a pet? Not a cat and a dog. I'm talking about the computer. Yes. If you are, you're in the right presentation. Thank you for coming. Today we're going to talk about the board, which I call the Pet Companion, and a bit about myself. My name is Rudy. I run a YouTube channel called Rudy's Retro Intel, where I do different topics, in-depth topics on the Commodore products, like the Commodore 64, VIC-20, the PET. I also do other vintage computers, which you guys probably don't like the Apple II, IIe, K-Pro, Atari's, other computers. I just like anything. Yes. Oh, K-Pro fan. Oh, K-Pro in the house. I like anything that's 8-bit, so I'm not just, pro one or the other. I really enjoy all the different technologies, because back in the day, these computers were prices of cars. So you couldn't buy a Commodore VIC-20 and then buy a 64 and a 128 and an Apple IIgs and a Macintosh. And I mean, if you're rich, you could, but the majority of people couldn't do that. So you're kind of like stuck. But now we can go back and purchase these things and play with them and say, oh, so this is what it was like to have this wicked game on the 64 back then. Like, wow, this is pretty cool. So I've worked in doing retro stuff since the 80s. Back in 1980, I was 15. I started doing my first repairs on Apple II Plus clones and clone computers. Some pet work, not a whole lot, because they just work. So my show, I do different things on there. I build boards. I built a board called the Tiny Comp, and that allows you to convert RF signals into composite. So if you have a computer like, let me see, the Timex Sinclair, for example, there's only RF out. There's no composite. Well, you can get this board, pop it, little tiny thing. It's the size of your nail, actually. You pop that in, and then you can actually wire it up, and now you have composite out. So I've designed that. I've designed the Pet Companion, we'll talk about in a minute. And my first computer I actually laid fingers on was a Pet 4016, which is actually similar to the one I have outside on the table. So what is the Pet Companion? Well, I don't know. I thought I'd ask you guys. Do you guys know? So the Pet Companion, what it does is it provides a composite out. It provides audio out, RGB to HDMI. So with an adapter, you can actually plug in to this board and get connections to your RGB HDMI monitor or projector or whatever else that has that. I use it for pet diagnostics. So actually, I have a video on that where you can I pull the board out of the pet, right? And I run power from it, but I got no video because the cable isn't long enough, and I don't want to be turning on and off a 40-year-old plus monitor and breaking it. So this board, you can plug into it, and then I can get video, so I can do diagnostics and repairs, and I can see, is it working? Without having to go back in the pet, throw everything down, lift up the hood that weighs 300 pounds, bang it on your head, whatever. I can just work on it, and then it's good. When it's done, I put it back in. And then when I'm done, I actually use my board because I have audio out. I play games and I get sound out of it. And if I want to really go crazy, I just put on a projector and, have, the Space Invaders this big kind of thing, like it's massive. It's a lot of fun. It has a plug for the user port. So this is a connector that goes to the user port. All that is for 5 volts because the TTL logic that runs the composite out portion needs 5 volts, and on the parallel / user port there's no 5 volts, so you got to tap it off the tape port. However, my board has a pass-through, so you can plug in another device. Like, for example, I have the PET SD card. I also have the PET, what's it called now, the PET Max 2 from BitFixer. He has the same idea. It's where you can just plug it into your IEEE port, and you have an SD card, you can load games and programs, whatever. So that requires a tap, and that can tap off the back of this unit here, so you can run both things at the same time. Any questions so far? No? Good. So it took me a year to build this thing. I did some research. I'm just putting up, this is the diagram actually from the original book by Nick Hampshire. It's called The Pet Revealed, written in 1979 and updated 1980. So I took that design, and you can see I'm just playing around with some, trying to figure out what is what. And I put the board together, and this is what happens. Like, yay, I'm getting some crappy picture. Yay, look, it's like, back in the day, I used to get really bad HBO signals. But yeah, so it didn't work right away. So, fooling around with it, I built, this is my board, which I forgot to bring. It's a little, like a 3D kind of like picture frame. Has all the versions of the boards I built. Oh my goodness, to get this all working, because it's not just HDMI or composite out. There's audio out, and that came from when you start Space Invaders game at the very beginning. There's a splash screen about getting audio. Well, I've incorporated that into here. I made a version that had joystick ports. I took that out because I found out later that everyone's making games, but they're using different combinations for the fire button. So I was like, I'm not writing a 160-page manual just how to use a joystick on this thing. It's like, no. Now we're going beyond the scope of this project. So I built a couple of boards, and then I finally got it working. So that's what we have today. And yeah, I got it working. I have it. The screen is this. It's a little bit off. It's from the camera, the picture I took. But I have it working on both 9-inch PET, so like a 2001 or 2001N or 4016, and it also works on the 4032, 8032, and Super PETs. So depending on which configuration, it'll work. So what's the difference between the two? Well, the 9-inch PET is you just plug it in and it works. There's no need to do anything. The 12-inch PET's a little bit different. If you're just getting audio out, or you just want RGB-HDMI out, it works no problem. If you want composite out, you have to replace a ROM on the 12-inch PET, so like the 8032, 4032, Super PET, and that ROM will give the signal a proper NTSC signal. The 9-inch PET produces a 15 kilohertz signal, where the 12-inch PET produces a 20 kilohertz signal, so it's not really compatible. So if you plug it in, it's not going to work. You're going to get like the first picture I showed before. It was just. And here's just a picture from a video I made. This is my 4032. I had a problem with the screen that was wiggling. After a while, it was going like this. Like, have I been drinking too much, or is this PET moving? And it wasn't me, because I was just drinking water. So I did a video on it, and it was this circuitry in here, just this IC that needed to be pulled out, cleaned with the oxide, and then put back, and it fixed it. However, I brought this up because I want to show down. This is the 12-inch PET board, and here is the new edit ROM that I put in. This is also available on my GitHub page. So if you're looking at getting this board, it's all there, the manual, this EEPROM you'll have to burn. And it's the board I have here now. This board is the two previous one I have today. It doesn't have the RGB HDMI out, but it's the same board. And I have it connected to this external monitor, and that's working fine. So the beauty of this, like, for me, this project wasn't made for you guys. This was made for me. I'm sorry. When I was doing repairs, I was getting tired of, like I was saying, back and forth. This I just put on the bench. I can do all the measurements, get my scope, get my multimeter, do whatever I want to do. If I want to pull a chip out, I can do it and test it right away. I just plug the board in and make sure I remove the standoff so it's not standing up. So it's sitting flush, and off you go. And here's just a quick demo. Let's see, do I have any sound on this? Yeah, it's going to come up. So what I'm showing here is just the board in action. It's a less than a minute video. So it's running on the composite connection there. And here's the LCD with RGB HDMI. And on the table, there's actually a big, large speaker I have. The kit and the board comes with an adapter that allows you to plug in a 3.5 millimeter jack into it. Here I'm just using the RCA jacks for audio. Okay, you get the picture. That's enough of that. So now that everyone's awake, the music was nice and loud, the music. I want to thank a few people along the way. Big thanks first is to David Bradley back there, the 8-bit Commodore, man. He is definitely the 8-bit Commodore man. Dave has been helping me and pushing me and work and helping me test my prototype boards from day one, which is a year ago. Dave has, as far as I know, the largest collection of pets, so he can test everything, and he's been really good and give me feedback and so on and so forth. The next person is Sean with Geek with Social Skills. I'm putting down their YouTube channels. Sean's been great. He's been helping me with the manual and other aspects of it. He actually was able to introduce me to a best friend of his, a good friend of his, Adrian from Adrian Digital Basement. I don't know if you guys know that channel. Adrian, I sent the pre-board to both Dave, Sean, and one for Adrian. Adrian thought, well, this is a really cool board, but it'd be really cool if you had RGB HDMI. And I said, yes, okay, so let's do that. So that's how the board got that additional component. So thank you to Sean and to Adrian. Next is Stephen Gray. Stephen Gray actually is the one who developed the EEPROM, the programming for the EEPROM that will allow the 12-inch PET to work with composite out. Next is Chuck Hutchinson. He's did a fabulous job. He took the kit. I sent him a kit. He built the kit. He went over to the documentation and pointed out anything that was wrong with it. He actually made a video on assembling. So if you do buy a kit and you're not sure how to build it, just watch his video. He talks about building the kit and how it's used and the limitations of the board. And he made an addendum to his video about some things that he made assumptions that were incorrect, but he corrected them. So that was very nice. And then we also have Mike from Ravenwolf, another YouTube channel. He was instrumental. He got the first board for testing/assembly, and he pointed out some things that maybe be a bit more advantageous to change this, in the documentation for people who are, want to assemble the board and have a question, look at pictures and so on. So big thanks to him. So really big thanks to everybody. And last but not least, I want to thank my wife. Oh, sorry. Actually, I do. Is the World of Commodore and the TPUG group for allowing me to come. This is my first year here, and for being so nice to me, allowing me to do a presentation without charging me. So this is great. So thanks to everyone, and I hope you stick around for a few minutes. That's basically the end of my presentation. So I want to make it short because there's not really a lot to talk about, but I want to keep it open for questions. So let's move on to that. Anybody? Well, first, thank you. I really appreciate you guys coming and taking a look and spending some time here. Are there any questions? Young man at the back. Yes, sir.
I'm just curious, you had the one picture with the red and white composite. I imagine one of those is like a mono signal and the other is like a signal.
Right, yeah. One is, oh, sorry. The question is on the composite and video, there was a red and a green cable. Yeah, let me go back. Maybe this one's a good picture of it. So one is composite and one is audio. It doesn't really matter which color, as long as you match the colors properly, what you're plugging into. The board is labeled on here. It says composite and audio. All the components are also labeled on the front and the back. People think, well, why would you put labels on the back? Well, if you open up a PET monitor and you take it apart, I recapped mine, there's labels on the top and the bottom. I thought, well, this is kind of weird. Why would you want on the bottom? But when I need to look for a part, I need to look for C39. It's on the bottom. I don't have to go like this and try to figure, am I getting the right one? It's perfect. I thought, this is a fantastic idea. So I incorporated that. I know we're going beyond your question here, but that's on the bottom. And if you buy the assembled boards, they're very special. I have a spool from 1983 of solder. So I used that solder to build these boards. So it's even solder period correct. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
So what do these two connectors normally output?
You mean these two?
No, I'm the pet.
Oh, this is the parallel port, user
Okay.
port. So you can plug your printer. You can buy the what's it called? The stupid Petrix. I hate that name. It's an adapter that plugs into this port. That allows you to get joystick ports. I'm not sure what else people do with it. I know that the IEEE is hidden behind the screen here, but there's an IEEE port for your printer, your drives, and this is for your tape port. But that's pretty much it. But everything that's coming out of this board is actually on this port. It's not like I have to run wires inside and do all kinds of weirdness. This is all stuff that's there. So I'm surprised that Commodore back in the day didn't actually make, a port in the back of the unit for audio and video, because the earlier pets don't have a speaker like the later models have this little tiny crappy speaker inside, this little pancake. But if you're doing that, I mean, why not put audio extended external at least composite outlet? Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Any other questions?
So you talk about the ROM a little bit, the edit ROM. So you only need that if you have, you mentioned out there, the 12-inch?
Correct. So the question,
Smaller monitor, you do not.
you do not, right? So the question is regarding the edit ROM that needs to be temporarily replaced. This is only required for a 12-inch PET. So that means like the 4032, the 8032, I think the 42 is called the Fat 32, Dave, is that correct? The Fat 40. The Super PET, yeah. And it's got a 12-inch screen. So in my documentation, I don't say these models, I say a 9-inch screen or a 12-inch screen. I don't differentiate between the models because it's the same thing. The larger screen puts out a signal that is not NTSC compatible. And so this ROM change actually will produce the proper signal that will output to here to get a video out. If you use the original edit ROM, you'll get garbage on the screen. This won't work properly, right? On the 9-inch PETs, so like the 2001, 2001N, the 4016 I have outside, doesn't have this problem because the monitor itself runs at 15 kilohertz. So you just plug them to the back and you get all three. And like I showed in that demo that was running on a 4016 9-inch PET. The table, if you walk in the door on the left, first table, I have a demo on there. It's running all three, well, audio and 2 video connections. Does that answer your question, Steve? Yep. Good. Anyone else? No? So I guess we're done? No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Oh, I caught somebody. Yes. Can I get 3 volunteers up front? There's going to be a little bit of a surprise happening that people don't know about. No volunteers? You want to be a volunteer? Sure, come on up. Yay! We got 1. 2 more? 1 more, yay! No electric shock therapy. Yeah. Okay, 1 more. Excellent. 3. We got 3. Perfect. These were randomly picked by a pet computer. All right, so there's going to be a giveaway. I'm giving away a assembled board. Hey, no giving secrets. So I need your help. What we're going to do is ask questions, and whoever gets the most right is going to win a pet companion board that's fully assembled and tested and working. So if you have a pet, great. If you don't have one, you can give it to someone who has one. If they have a dog and a cat, they're not compatible. Okay, just make sure that you're clear. Okay, so the first question, your name is, sorry? Ryan. Kim?
And
Ian. And I'm Rudy. And you know who you are. So the first question is for you. What does the word pet stand for?
I know the E is education, is it not?
No. It's close.
Okay. Personal?
Personal? Educational?
No. So I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. You know what the answer is?
Personal electronic transaction.
That's correct. Is that correct? Yes? Okay. Ian, how do you spell pet backwards?
T-E-P.
Oh, sorry, too slow. No, good answer. Good answer. Okay. So we're going to go back to you. The next question.
The best software ever on a pet?
No, that's easy. That's Space Invaders. We don't know that. What is we're at the World of Commodore, 2023. What anniversary is it?
Of
the World of Commodore.
It's the 40th.
That's correct.
Wow.
As opposed to the sign says 30, but we still love that sign. It's awesome. Next question. Do you own a pet?
No, not right now.
Oh, that's a bad answer. But that's okay. You used to, so that's good. And can anybody help me with a question? I'm running out of questions here. They're being too smart up here. Anybody have a question? No?
When did the first pet come out?
When did the first pet come out? That's a good question. Excellent. Thank you. 77? What hour? No, okay. Oh, you have a question? Yeah.
When did the last pet?
When did the last pet come out? It's your turn. The last pet. Is
Thinking around 85.
that correct?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. I want to know too. It's like, oh, this is cool. I'm getting educated
The
here.
best educational software on the pet ever is Lemonade Stand.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Absolutely.
It's also the best on the Apple II Plus.
Okay. I can't
Yeah,
talk to that.
I can because I have all those machines. So I don't know. I think we're getting into a bit of a tie, but who do you think? I want everybody clapping.
a question?
You can't.
Do you have a pet?
No,
I do not.
you do not have a pet. You have a pet.
I don't. So
None
we
of you
will
have
give
pets.
it to someone.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it. You have to all sit down then. No. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be kind of a bit of a tie. So we're gonna do on clapping. Whoever gets the loudest claps gets the first prize. So for contestant number 1. Okay. Number 2. Number 3. You're making it hard here. All right. Okay. As per the, what do I have here?
By popular demand.
By popular demand. Oh, geez. I have. This is the assembled unit. Yes. You will get the assembled unit. Yay! And because you guys are so much fun, you both get kits. Yay! So enjoy it. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you and congratulations. Thank you, congratulations. And thank you everybody for coming. If you have any more questions, concerns, or you want to donate your Commodore pet to me, just come see me at the table on the corner. Thanks again.
Well done. Well done. Wait, before you take that picture away, is that a reset button that we're seeing
Yes,
there?
yes,
That
actually.
you personally installed reset
Yeah, I
button?
did a video on that actually. If you want to check out my YouTube channel, I've done Agent Digital Basement did one, and I thought, well, I want to see if it works. So I tried it on mine, and it actually works, and I have it on both pets. If you want to do a really cool upgrade to your pet, put one in because it's so much better for your pet. Because if you're constantly turning it on, off, on and off, on and off, you're adding more strain to the circuitry and especially to the monitor. The 9-inch and the 12-inch tubes that are used in the monitors are getting harder and harder and almost impossible to replace. So by putting a reset, you're not powering it off, you're just resetting it like you're normal on a regular, laptop today, right? So if you're going to do a mod to your machine, simple and easy. I did a video on that, and check it out and put in a reset switch. Yeah, good. Thanks again, everyone, and have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Our next talk will be at 1 o'clock, and that will be Greg Nasso, and he will be talking about
Media? No, I don't have any media. Why, you doing media?
No, I just mean of like the people you were thanking at the end and stuff. I didn't have I left my phone in the car to go get it.
Okay.
I couldn't take a picture of the
Okay.
YouTube website. That's my collection.
Okay. I will. If you give me a minute, I'll go back to my table. I'll give you my card.
Okay.
Has my YouTube channel. You can go on there. You can see all the guys. I'll be doing a video with all the links for all the people on there too. So it'll make it a little easier for you.
Okay.
Just give me a moment while I unentangle here. Okay. Thank you. And thank you. Hopefully it was entertaining enough.
Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you.
No, thank
I kind of
you.
wish I had still had my pet. Kind of like I ended up giving away my pet 7 years ago, but kind of like my friends now.
Well, you can always get another one. You can always get another one.
My family would kill me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like my wife. I've already bring home any more computers, you're gonna kill me. But she's actually, I can't complain because she's been very supportive of my hobby and my my need to collect all this old stuff and keep it.
It is fun. It's not like it's not. Right?
Yeah. She says as long as you don't keep more than 2 of anything. So I can't have like 20 pets.
All I'm gonna do is reminder, as long as I'm playing with my old computers,
Yeah,
I'm not playing around with a new girlfriend.
that's right. You're not wasting money at the bar. Okay, gentlemen, we will talk later. Thank you. Oh, Dave. Yeah, Dave is that. Thanks again. Thank you.
Yeah, my lips are just a little.
We're still recording you, Rudy.
Oh, you are?
Everything
Okay.
else safe?
Oh, I said a bunch of bad things.
Really? Oh,
No.
good. We've got it all. I will. Hang on. I'll just stop.